Let me go ahead and ruffle feathers right out of the gate with my unpopular opinion. Boring skincare is better. I said what I said. Boring skincare is just better. If you don't believe me or want to know what I mean, stick around and watch the rest of this video. Hey sugar, I'm Ro the Black Magnolia, your favorite bougie babe, bringing you all your bougie but budget-friendly tips and faves and a little bit of everything in between. Now I know that there is a new cream, serum, or 17-step routine that is hitting our timelines or popping up in our algorithms daily. And all of them are promising us eternal youth and glass skin. That is not a reality, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. Most of that is just expensive noise and a waste of time. I'm not a dermatologist and I'm not an esthetician. I work in finance. But what I am is a middle-aged woman in her late 40s who is sick and tired of wasting money on super hyped products that don't do anything but cost me money. I've done some research and I have talked to people who are way smarter than me when it comes to skincare, and I want to help you filter through the BS so that you can figure out exactly how to take care of your skin. Let's chat about the skincare industry for a minute. It is built on fear, shame, and confusion. Think about it. We are told as women, you're not supposed to get old, and God forbid you should get old and get ugly. No one wants to be old and ugly, but that's what the media is telling us, right? Like, don't laugh too much because you're gonna get laugh lines. Don't smile too much because you're gonna get smile lines. Don't frown because then you're gonna get frown lines. We're just supposed to sit there frozen, expressionless, feeling nothing, except a little bit of sadness inside when we realize that there is another 12-step routine that we're supposed to follow just so that we can be presentable enough to go in public. It's a lot. And that's really the truth, because when you think about it, skincare industry is projected to grow by another $200 billion by the year 2030. A lot of money in this move. That's not because we don't care about being old and ugly. It's because we are conditioned to care about being old and ugly. The industry keeps us buying because they keep us scared of not being beautiful and relevant and of the moment for the rest of our lives. But here's the thing. More products does not equal better skin. It just doesn't. Did you know that as humans, we are just evaporating every single day? Our skin is just losing moisture. That's why we wrinkle up, and that's why our skin gets dry. Enter Vaseline. Now, Vaseline is one of those products that everybody hated, and then everybody loved, and then everybody hated, and then everybody loved. It's gonna break you out. It's gonna clog your pores. It's good for slugging. It's bad for your skin. It's good for your skin. It's good for making me crazy because there's too many differing opinions on what's good and what isn't. But let me tell you a little bit about Vaseline. Vaseline is non-toxic, it is not suffocating to your skin, and it is not bad for you. Vaseline is an occlusive, so what that means is that it's gonna lock in 99% of your skin's moisture once you put it on. And that other 1% that it leaves is good because it allows your skin to breathe, and if there are any cuts or abrasions or anything like that on your skin, it allows it to heal and do what it's supposed to do. Our skin is our largest organ, and making sure that it stays hydrated is super important. And that's the magic of Vaseline. It's cheap, it's boring, and it's magic. My relationship with Vaseline started when I was very young. I come from a half Nigerian household. I don't know what it is about African parents. The way that they bathe you is very specific. The water has to be almost scalding. That rag has to scrub off that first layer of your skin, and then they slather you in Vaseline like a chicken leg that they're getting ready to deep fry just to make sure you don't look ashy. Now, I am thankful that I did learn that Vaseline was a good thing that young, but I still take showers that are way too hot. My husband thinks I'm kind of insane, but I don't feel clean unless I do. I digress. But Vaseline, like so many other basic boring products, gets a bad rap because it's cheap. It doesn't make the industry any money. I mean, it does, but just not the big bucks. But it's good for you and it works. Not just on your face, but all over your body. One of the things that I still do as an adult is after my shower, I use Vaseline from my neck down, and then I cover that with a Nivea cream just to make sure everything's locked in, because I don't want my skin to peel or flake or be dry. And it really helps making sure things like my elbows and my knees and the bottom of my feet always stay soft and supple. Again, it's cheap, it works, and it's magic. I wonder how many other products are out there that are cheap, good, and magical that we don't use or don't think about because they don't come in some fancy package and have some incredible marketing campaign to make us want to buy them. I am so sick and tired of clean beauty. Not because it's bad, but because I don't know what the hell it means. I know that there are going to be people who are going to hop into the comments and tell me exactly what clean beauty is and what it means. But I am here to tell you, do not be fooled by the clean beauty label, because a lot of times it doesn't mean anything. I've done a lot of research and listened to a lot of really smart people, like I said. And if a product contains like an essential oil or a plant, it can be labeled clean, even if it's really not. And when you think about it, essential oils and plant extracts sound incredible in your skincare, right? They sound like the thing that you want. But the truth is that those essential oils and plants aren't tested as much as they need to be when they are used in skincare or beauty products, because people think, oh, they're organic. But most of those plants and essential oils aren't tested for things like heavy metals and allergens. But plants are super chemically complex. Their whole job is to protect themselves in nature. And your skin doesn't care whether it came from a leaf or a lab. It cares about the interaction. Your skin is going to react to whatever chemical compound is in that natural product or the essential oil that you're using all over yourself. While I was doing the research for this video, I kept coming across something called perioral dermatitis. And I thought, is that something to do with brushing your teeth? It's like a rash, but you usually get it around your nose, your mouth, and in other areas. And it kind of looks like rosacea, and it's like bumpy and red. What's happening is that there's a huge uptick in cases of perioral dermatitis. But people are having these huge reactions to different chemical compounds and organic compounds in what they're putting on their skin. Your skin is just breaking out and reacting to the stuff that's in all these hyped up products. And it's making us sick. Perioral dermatitis is a skin condition characterized by a rash, typically around the mouth, that can also affect the nose, eyes, or even the private parts. It's often described as resembling acne or rosacea with small red bumps and potential flaking or dryness. The primary trigger for perioral dermatitis is the prolonged use of topical steroids. Other factors like steroid inhalers, heavy face creams, certain skincare and beauty products, and even stress can contribute to or trigger the condition. The way to get rid of it: discontinue steroids if that's what's causing the issue. Avoid irritants. Minimize the use of heavy creams and makeup that contain chemical or organic compounds that your skin is not used to or that your skin has an inflammatory reaction to, and it is treated with topical or oral medications. Perioral dermatitis can be chronic and relapsing, but it often responds well to treatment after the triggers are identified and avoided. A lot of times when people have things like this happen, they just say that their skin is purging and that the products that they're using are helping. Your skin is not purging, it is reacting. And we have to stop doing the same things and expecting a different result. And we have to stop giving into all the hype and get back to basics. I mean, we've all seen the viral caveman skincare thing, don't do anything to your skin. That's like the other end of the spectrum when it comes to all this. Don't do that either. That's gross. Let's find a middle ground. Just right down the middle. Let's do that. So when it comes to skincare, I would actually break it down by continent: America, Europe, and Asia. American skincare is like Disneyland. It is flashy, expensive, and full of thrills. And by the time you're done with it, you're exhausted and broke. K-beauty is all about the ritual of beauty and caring for your skin in a way that soothes it and calms it and helps create a baseline for incredibly beautiful skin long term. It's simple and it's effective. Then there's French skincare, or European. I love you, Roche, Posay. It's minimal, it's calming, and it's designed for sensitive skin. And what I love about it is that it works for sensitive skin, but it doesn't lose its efficacy in helping target specific issues that you have, whether that be hyperpigmentation or oiliness or acne. It still provides what you need in order to take care of your skin, but in a really basic way. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I am a firm believer that you do not need a 12-step skincare routine. I feel like there are 4 products that every person needs in order to be on the road to budget-friendly, basic skincare. Because it can get out of control how expensive all these things can be, and you need it regularly. If it's gonna cost you hundreds of dollars every month or every couple of months just to get the stuff that you need to wash your face, you're not gonna do it. And if it's gonna take you an hour just to wash your face in the morning or at night, you're not gonna do that either. Your time and your money are both precious, and making sure that you can save and spend both wisely is extremely important. These are the 4 products that I think every person needs to have in their routine to keep it basic and buildable. And if you have the money and the time and you wanna add to it, you definitely can. But if you start out with these 4 things, you will be on the road to basic but beautiful skincare. First, you need a good, gentle cleanser, something that's not going to strip your skin, something that's not going to be harsh. So regardless of your skin type, oily, dry, combination, young, old, make sure that what you're using is gentle. Now, gentle may mean different things for different people's skin. You just want to make sure that you are using something that is not going to make your skin flare up or overreact. Because like I said, a lot of times we like to say, oh, my skin is purging, it's just all coming out. That is not always the case. If you are using a harsh product, harsh based on your skin, your individual skin type, it can cause irritation and reactivity that you're going to have to wind up healing and taking care of later. You don't want to do that. So you want to find something that's going to be good and gentle for your skin. I use the Roche Posay Hydrating Cleanser. I think French skincare is amazing. It's simple, it's basic, it's really straightforward. It tells you it's going to do X and it does X. I do use the La Roche-Posay Effaclar if I am having breakouts. When I went through menopause the second time, yeah, that's a story for another video. I dealt with a lot of bumps and breakouts, especially around my jawline. When you start to break out around your jawline, it's typically hormonal. So I was finding that I was having a lot of issues with that, and I was getting breakouts around my mouth. Didn't we just talk about period? Yeah, that thing. But I didn't have that issue, but I was getting a lot of like deep blackheads on my lips. And I realized it was probably because my lip liner, I would use it over and over again without actually cleaning off the lip liner with alcohol. Not because I'm dirty, but because you use something and your skin cells sit on it and you cover it up in a dark place and put it away, that's going to be a breeding ground for bacteria. So making sure that we're not just taking care of our skin, but also taking care of the things that we're using on our skin. But I digress. I'm going too far. Let me come back. Item number 2 that you need in your basic, budget-friendly, buildable skincare arsenal is vitamin C. I don't care what age you are, there are so many benefits to vitamin C. It helps boost collagen, it helps with brightening up your skin, aiding in dryness, and protecting your skin barrier from free radicals. It's fantastic. And I gotta tell you, when I ran out of my vitamin C serum and didn't have it for like a month, I got this really bad dry patch on my forehead right in here that was horrible. I could almost like scratch at it. It felt like I could peel it. It was terrible. The second I added the vitamin C back into my routine, gone. And I have not had that issue since. So yeah, I gotta say, vitamin C, it is a necessity in every skincare routine. And number 3 is a broad spectrum. And number 3 is a broad spectrum SPF. And number 3 is a broad spectrum SPF. I can't say the word right now. I don't know why. It is a broad spectrum SPF sunscreen. I don't know why that was so hard. I guess it was just a lot of S's to say. Broad spectrum SPF sunscreen. I did it. Yes. Anyway, a broad spectrum SPF sunscreen is something that you have to have because even on a cloudy day, 80% of the sun's UV rays are still going to break through the clouds and get at your skin. And you want to make sure you are giving your skin a fighting chance when it comes to hyperpigmentation and dark spots. People who are more fair-skinned, burning and peeling and healing, that's problematic. You don't want to do all that. That's not good for your skin on a repetitive basis. I know that there's a lot of ideas out there that people with more melanin don't get sunburn, but we do, and I have, and it sucks. And I never want it to happen again. So I make sure that I am using a broad spectrum SPF. My moisturizer has some sunscreen protectant in it, and I use a separate sunscreen. Now that does not mean that because I use an SPF 50 sunscreen and my moisturizer has an SPF 30 in it, that I magically have an SPF 80. It doesn't. It just layers on top of each other. And the one thing that I did learn that you have to be careful of is that when you are layering sunscreens, whether it's actual sunscreens or a sunscreen on top of your moisturizer that already has sunscreen in it, you want to make sure that there aren't chemicals or products in them that will cross over and cancel each other out, and then neither of the sunscreens are going to work. I think the best way to do that is to Google it. I can't sit here and tell you anything about which ones do that and which ones don't. I think mineral sunscreens have to have the minerals coated in order for them not to react with other types of sunscreen or moisturizers. I don't know. I'm just a girl. I just know what I've learned and who I've talked to, and I'm just a girl, okay? So don't quote me, but you kind of can. You can Google it and figure it out, but we're all smart here. We got this. And last but not least, number 4, What you need is a good moisturizer. You have to make sure that after you have cleansed your skin, given it a fighting chance with its vitamin C, and make sure to lock in the hydration and give yourself a good chance at boosting collagen and fighting free radicals, and then you have gone ahead and sun protected, you need to seal all that goodness in with a good hydrating moisturizer. And that's it. 4 things. You need a cleanser, vitamin C, sunscreen, and moisturizer. And you're good. Now, if you have a little bit more money, or if you're able to work it into your budget, here are the 3 things that I would use to build my skincare routine. Because remember, we want it basic, we want it budget friendly, but we want it buildable. So what you can do if you do have a little bit more time and a little bit more money is to get yourself different moisturizer for your nighttime skincare routine. Because when you're going to bed, you're not worried about how your skin is going to react with your makeup or whatever finish foundation you're going to be putting on. You just want your skin to get a break and rest. Maybe a good nighttime moisturizer that has retinols or niacinamides, peptides, or different things in it depending on what stage and age you are in when it comes to your skin. Something that's going to help give your skin a chance to regenerate overnight and get the things that it needs. Next thing that I would say you can add in, red light therapy. Okay, look, I did not believe in it before. I thought it was a bunch of BS. I am 100% a member of the red light therapy cult. There's the one that I used to use that my daughter turned me on to, and then I actually just got a new one a couple months ago that I haven't actually tried yet, and I'm gonna give it a try and see if I like it a little bit better just the way that it sits on my face. But I really do believe that the benefits of red light therapy that I have seen, absolutely love it. I will have links in the description box below for both of them, but the newest one that I have, I really do like because I like the way that it sits on my face better. The other one, a little bit heavier on my face, right in the area of the bridge of my nose, and it was a little bit uncomfortable, but we pushed through. And the third buildable add-on that I would put in your skincare routine, if you have extra time and money, is a semi-monthly or monthly facial. I cannot tell you how nice it is to have somebody go in, look at my skin, and do a deep clean to massage out all of the stress and all the things, and to make sure that my skin is getting the extra attention that it needs and getting some of those extra products that I don't want to go out and spend a ton of money on my own, products that are good and that are safe and that have a great efficacy level to them, that are going to help my skin in the long term, but that I don't have to come out of pocket for on a regular basis and keep in my medicine cabinet. I can go to my esthetician, have them do my facial. Not only is it a nice break for me, it's just another step that I can add to make sure that I am giving my skin its best chance to be its best self. And I love that somebody else can look at my skin from an outside perspective and tell me, okay, yes, what you're doing is working, or maybe it's not working. Maybe try tweaking this or tweaking that. And so I'm not just going out and running out and buying things based on the latest skin talk video on TikTok that I've seen, but based on somebody who's got knowledge and experience telling me, I know your skin, I understand your skin, and I think this is gonna work. So those are the 3 things that I would use to build onto my basic skincare routine if I had a little bit more money and a little bit more time. If you are just starting out on your skincare journey, or if you are looking to simplify your skincare routine currently, I think that these 4 products, again, are the best way to go. And I know I'm gonna get this question. So in the description box, I'm gonna have for you 2 of my favorite sunscreens, Beauty of Joseon and Black Girl Magic for kids. Not the adult version, but the kids version in the SPF 50. It is much more gentle on the skin, and I absolutely love it on adult skin. The Beauty of Joseon, you want to get the actual Korean version, not the American version. And I will have a link in the description box for you where you can buy that and where you can get them. I know that there are some, federal regulations and things that are going on that might make it a little bit more difficult for you to get it, but just going to the Beauty of Joseon website in the US isn't gonna get you the right sunscreen. I'll send you where you need to go, okay? Because girl, I don't gatekeep here. I'm a giver, not a gatekeeper. So head down to that description box. You'll be able to find that, okay? Okay. So yes, you want to keep your skincare routine basic, but there's even a little bit more expansion that you might need to do to make it buildable, because region and location play a huge role in how your skin is going to act. Where you live matters. Your skin will change with your environment. So let's say you've lived in New York for the past 5 years and you've got really dry skin, and then you pick up and you move to Louisiana. Your skin is probably going to get a little bit more oily because of the humidity in the air. Or what if you're just going on vacation to a place that's more humid? I live in California. We don't have seasons. But if you live someplace on the East Coast where you're going to have winter, spring, summer, and fall, and you're going to have that really harsh cold, and then maybe really dry or humid heat, and then you're going to go into a little bit more normalcy with spring, you're going to have all of those different seasonal changes that will affect your skin as well. So I say treat your skin like you would the outfit that you're going to wear. Is it cold out? No matter what kind of skin you have, your skin is going to tend to be a little bit drier in those dry, cold winter months when the air and the weather is chilly. That's just a fact, no matter whether you have normal combination or oily skin. Or when it's humid and hot outside, your skin, even if it's not oily, is going to produce a lot more oil than it usually does because it's trying to combat that humidity and that moisture in the air. That's just how it works. You wouldn't go out in 40-degree weather in a tank top. Well, I wouldn't, because like I said, I'm in California. My New York cousins probably would. They would laugh at me for wearing a snow suit and hat and scarf and gloves in 40-degree weather. In California, once it gets below 75 degrees, we act like the sky is falling, we're all gonna freeze. What I'm taking this really long, circuitous route to say is, if it's hot out and you're gonna be sweating a lot more, treat your skin just like you would the rest of your body and dress it appropriately. If it's cold out, treat your skin just like you would the rest of your body and dress it appropriately. So in high humidity, go light. Use products that have niacinamide in it to help stave off oil production. And that's something that you can use to build into your skincare routine. So if you know that you're going to be dealing with humid weather, you can add something into your routine that's going to help control oil. But it's not something that you're going to use all the time, so it's not going to cost you a ton of money. And it's not going to be something that you're going to have to put into your beauty ritual. It's just something that you're going to add in based on the weather. If you're in a dry climate, layer and seal with an occlusive, Vaseline or something like it to help keep moisture in the skin. There's that Vaseline again, I told you. I really hope that I have convinced you that boring skincare is better. It's sustainable, it's affordable, and it actually works. And it's good for your skin. You don't need 10 serums and a jade roller. You need a routine that you're actually going to be able to do in real life that isn't going to break the bank. So do your research, know your skin, and don't get sucked into all of the advertising and all of the hype. And realize that sometimes the best thing that you can do is the most basic. And one of the most basic things that you can do is head down to that subscribe button, click it, turn on your notification bell, and that way you will never, ever miss an upload. And if you could, for me, sugar, please go down and like the video and share it with a friend who needs a basic, boring, budget-friendly skin routine. And let's chat in the comments. I love talking about skincare. I love hearing what other people have to say, getting advice from other people, seeing what works and seeing what I've tried and what they've tried. So let's chat in the comments about your skincare routine, the things that have worked for you, haven't worked for you, and if you are going to try getting back to basics with these 4 products and build your routine if you need to, or bring it down and not do the most, but do the least with this basic, boring skincare routine. And I will see you in the next video.